Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports with special guest today with the baby. I have to hold the baby through this video. Tigers themselves have been struggling, like we talk about every week with the weekly breakdown. Now I got a little time to talk about it every week. They have sucked. Through the last 25 games, they're 4-21. They got swept by the White Sox. Won one game against the Angels this week. Really should have won the Angels series. You just blew that first game with the bullpen. And realistically, you probably could have won the White Sox series too. Again, lost two games, late because of our bullpen letting up a home run. They have sucked. They sucked a lot. As of late, really this whole month. They've had a bad month of May. And, there's nothing we really could do about it. And again, we're kind of looking for the future.
Right, and the games they could have won, the games that they're at least, like 1 run down, they're not winning any of those. They're not winning the games that, we're in, as well as of course, not the ones we're blown out, but, we're losing nearly every game,
Yeah.
by, whether or not it's a
And it's
blowout
mostly
or
the
we're
bullpen.
not. Yeah.
It's mostly the bullpen. They've done well outside with their starting pitching, when you watch game by game, and then the bullpen comes in and they get absolutely destroyed. And there's, again, not much you can do about it. Offensively, you've been okay. You've had games where it's not been good. It's been pretty bad. Again, especially like this week where, you should have won the first game 10-6. You lost. You kind of were ahead, and then bullpen blew that one. And then you won 4-0, and then you had no offense the last game 7-1. And then Chicago lost in extra innings 4-3. Lost 7-1, lost 2-1. Your offense doesn't show up Sundays and then shows up other days. So in general, is it the worst possible thing? Yeah, kind of is when your offense doesn't show up when you need them to. But your pitching has been the more of the issue with the bullpen, letting up late home runs for leads and stuff like that. So again, not as easy on them.
Yeah. I don't like, as far as what I've been reading and things like that about all this let's fire AJ Hinch type stuff.
Not yet, at
I
least.
still
Not
think
yet.
he's probably one of the best managers in baseball. And this is just, combined with the injuries and the lack of hitting and everything else, it's just been a one giant cluster F, and I
Well,
don't see it stopping anytime soon. I mean, in our division, you could always come back. It's only the beginning of June. But they need these guys to return to form. I still think, like I said, when they're healthy, they should be the best team in this
one of the
division.
best teams. You have a high payroll. And
Right.
then downside this week, Kenley Jansen and Casey Mize both got hurt this week, both placed on the 15-day IL, so you're down another starter. Ty Madden, though, is expected to be activated and start tonight's game. So we'll see how that ends up going. Verlander has been throwing some bullpen sessions, getting better. Kerry Carpenter came back yesterday. Torres also played on Friday in Toledo. He probably has another one coming up because I know they didn't bring him up to play with Carpenter. And then apparently it looks like Javi's scheduled to meet with a specialist in the near future to further evaluate his sprained ankle, which hasn't healed as quickly as the team hoped. So, that's not good. Again, you're missing key pieces to help you. As much as, 3 or 4 years ago, us saying Javi was a key piece is, unrealistic. Now he's batted well. He's played well. He's been a good role player.
Right.
And he's been hurt. Again, it sucks. And it's difficult, again, to feel motivated to watch this team and to cheer this team on when they've absolutely sucked.
And, I don't, you never do see anything. Who knows? Things could change, but it doesn't look promising.
It does not. It does not. They play Tampa and Seattle this week. Seattle has struggled in their own right. this year. Tampa is, I believe, doing pretty good as we go deep into the standings. Tigers sitting at the bottom of the division, 11.5 game back. So they're not going to do
Not
anything.
only the division, but probably the whole freaking.
Tampa themselves is winning the East. So there you go. A game and a half ahead of the Yankees, which isn't good for the Tigers. And then Seattle winning the West at 31-29. That the whole division has been struggling. Under 500, just like the Central. So, the American League kind of sucks this year in general.
Yes.
The whole American League, because even Toronto, in the American League, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams above 500. Out of the whole American League. It's basically your playoff picture. It sucks.
Yeah. That is sad. But like I said, it's still just June. Come August, we'll basically know a lot more. Let's see what June and July does. If we
said you're only 7 games out of a wild card.
If we can cut it down to something and get excited about, August, we'll see what happens.
Maybe you could sneak into that final wild card and somehow be a 500 team in the playoffs. You're only 7 games back, but I doubt that will be honestly enough with where the Tigers are currently sitting at. We'll see again.
They got a lot of time. That's all you can say. You got it. If you want to have hope, they got time, but they've got to start turning it around.
They do. We got to figure out. We got to figure out what the main issues are. Again, I don't know if it's coaching. Can you blame Sky Harris? I don't know. I think you could partially blame Sky Harris. Even though we tend not to blame the GM in these situations, Scott Harris isn't even the GM of the team, and we're blaming him, which is usually not the case when you do this kinds of stuff.
Well, I think they spent the money on this thing. They did. Good players.
The problem is the bullpen. The bullpen
I
is your
don't think
issue.
you could blame so much. This is just simply, I think, a lot of injuries at the wrong time and just some bad luck. And
the bullpen sucks.
They're not winning the close games. The bullpen sucks.
Compared to the last few years,
they didn't count on that. So, I think people just need to, I don't know if it's be patient or just maybe a little more understanding and just say, basically, this is just bad luck for the Tigers this year. And
get a high draft pick.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, that's not a popular opinion because, every year we get a high draft pick. Yay.
Not this year. We don't get a high draft pick.
It's going to be the draft comes summer. Find something else to watch or something to do.
Hey, we got a new minor league hockey team coming.
Yeah.
Woo! Positivity.
The Federal League in Wyandotte. Yeah.
Anyway, glad to hear. Not much to say. Hopefully the Tigers can at least go 500 this week to keep us entertained. Probably not. They'll probably lose 6 of 7 again, or 5 of 6, and continue the streak they've been on. But we'll see what ends up happening. Now, if you'd like to see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Tigers, what they've been doing. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.